I'm Shae Russell for mining.com.au, and joining me today with stunning news is Donald Garner, the Managing Director of Iltani Resources. Donald, it is great to see you out of the high vis and back in a business shirt. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And it's also good to see you rather than being up on site. It's good to be up on site though.
It was incredible to be up on site, especially too, as the results that we're going to talk about today, I actually watched come out of the ground while I was up there.
Yeah, so when in the previous videos we could sort of like smile and sort of like hint at the assay results, now we can actually discuss them because the majority of the assay results are now in the public domain, albeit there's another 10 odd holes worth of assay results come from Orient East, so we can talk about the holes that have been released, but not the holes that haven't been released, if you know what I mean.
Well, it's great to see the fruition of the hard labour that was happening on site. Now, back to back, or not back to back, but on the 11th of December and then again on the 16th of December, you've released some absolutely stunning intercepts to the market. Now, I thought the 11th of December looked good, and then 5 days later, the new results rolled in. Donald, what are some of the key highlights, the most impressive numbers you can share with us now?
Look, I think the intersection we got in Orient 42, where we got 19 metres at 380 silver equivalent, and within that 19 metres there's two high-grade zones. The first one was 5 metres at 427, and the second one was 6 metres at 746. And within that second interval, there was 1 metre at 17.0 silver equivalent, which is 574 silver, 147 indium, 14% lead, and 11% zinc, which is the highest single meter we've drilled at Orient East and Orient West to date. So we were very pleased with those results, to put it mildly.
Now, am I correct? One of these announcements was one of the best intercepts for the year in Australia. Have I got that right?
Oh, I'd hope so, but it's not up to us. We don't calculate those tables. Third parties put it out, but it would be up and around one of the best intercepts in Australia. It's good to be drilling that sort of material because it demonstrates that we're on the right track, and also underpins the economic viability of the project, and particularly when it's at relatively shallow depths, which it is. It would sit inside a potential open pit shell. So, it's good. It's great.
Well, let's put some of these results in context. As I said, it was great to see them coming out of the ground with the RC rig there. But what does this recent drill program tell you?
Oh, look, it demonstrates that we've got high-grade material at Orient East. We know the vein system's outcrop, so it reinforces the case for open pit. And excitingly, the system is still open to the west. So, and as the veins trend to the west, ultimately they will intercept the veins we're drilling at Orient West. So I think there's about 1,000 meters of strike towards Orient West. So, when we come back after the wet season, we'll plan to do an EM survey, and we've applied to under the CEI scheme with the Queensland government to get funding for our EM survey to fly the areas undercover. The mineralization should light up in the EM, so it will give us targets to drill towards Orient West. But at Orient East, it's really good. It reinforces the concept that we had of a mining centre at Orient West, and a mining, as we discussed on site, a mining centre at Orient West and a mining centre at Orient East. Open pit, then follow the high-grade material underground.
So what are the next steps? I mean, how do you follow this up?
Oh, look, we've still got, as I said, we've still got about 10 holes worth of assay results to come back. Once we've got all the assay results, we'll release them to the market. Then we'll take the data package, give the data package to Mining One, who are our independent mining consultants. They will model up Orient East and estimate an exploration target for Orient East, which we'll release to the market. That should take us to end January, early February, and hopefully by then, we're looking at the tail end of the wet season. Wet season abates and should abate in March, hopefully, 2025. So we'll get back on the ground. We'll have a plan to come back with multiple drill rigs, drill rig at Orient East, drill rig at Orient West, a couple of RC rigs, and we're contemplating getting a diamond rig in as well, so we can do some diamond core. I mean, it would have been great to have cored the high grade intervals at Orient East, because the core would have been spectacular. You know, massive sulfides, which would have been great to have in core. But it's only RC, so the core will give us structural information on the vein orientations. We'll be able to calculate more accurate specific gravity for the mineralization. Potentially use the core for metallurgical test work, and also better understand the mineralogy and the texture of the vein systems, so that the timing of the mineralization. So yeah, 2025 should be great as we move Orient West towards a JORC resource, and ultimately Orient East towards a JORC resource as well.
One of my favourite things is that only geologists are sad that the rocks got crushed up by the RC rig and they don't have core samples to hold and show everybody how great their rocks are.
Yeah, like core just looks spectacular, and with these, when you're looking at nearly 30% lead plus zinc in some of the intervals, that would be basically massive sulfide. So the core would look spectacular. It's the sort of stuff you put out onto the SX's visuals, but with RC chips, doesn't look as good. But we knew when we were up on site, we knew it was good. So it's just, we had to be careful what we said in the interviews.
It was even better than expected. I believe I have the notes here. Better than we could have hoped for is what you told me.
Very much so. And hopefully more to come.
Well, I saw you smiling on site the day I was up there, and yes, it turns out that these announcements are absolutely stunning, which means that I cannot wait to see what rocks you pull out of the ground next, because this is super impressive, Donald. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for your time, as always.